Hello out there in YouTube land, Rival here. Thanks for stopping by. I have got a treat for you guys this week. I have been changing up my knife collection for quite some time now. I mean, pretty much all year long. I'm getting rid of a lot of my production knives. I had well over 40 plus. I'm just selling them off slowly and chipping those funds away, and I've picked up a few mid-techs along the way, and I've flipped a few mid-techs along the way, and I've picked up a few customs along the way, and I've flipped a few customs along the way, and as the collection evolves from things that I'm just kind of collecting and safe queening, for lack of a better phrase, and into things that I want to keep and carry, this is one of the things that came across my bench. It is a Liong Ferrum Forge Vantage. It's from a collaboration they did in 2014. So Liong did the design, Ferrum Forge did the work. And here she is. There is only 25 of these bad boys made. One of them is right here. It is a knife that is in full marble carbon fiber. Now, they kept the gloss top of the sheet on the outside of the scale, so it's got a really high gloss, and then on these chamfers and on the inside when you peek and all over the place you can see the marble edge, which is really, really sexy. It's going to be hard to capture it really on inside camera and all that jazz, but believe me when I say the finish on this thing is fantastic. Full titanium pivots, orange peeled. Literally every piece of titanium on this knife has been hand-touched and orange-peeled on the back, so you can see it's full carbon fiber. Titanium orange-peeled backspacer, titanium orange-peeled clip with hidden hardware, titanium orange-peeled sump frame lock, lock insert. The pivot serves as the over-travel tab. Just amazing work. And then you can see the steel. A very special current super steel, Zfinite. Very interesting steel. It is a high nitrogen stainless steel. So it replaces a lot of chromium with a lot of nitrogen, which involves a cryogenic heat treating process to get it to 5960 hardness. And then when it's at that hardness, it performs extremely well while having a extremely high amount of corrosion resistance. So just a very interesting steel to read up on and see how it's worked with. You can see some of the marblage again there. And then inside of the lock bar, in addition to the stainless steel lock bar puck that's in there to provide optimal lock, is a Hoback rolling detent, and then there is some proprietary bearings built into the pivot itself, so there's a lot of technology going into this knife. And when you flick it open, you've got an amazingly milled fuller, and then that belly and that blade. Hey, you can kind of see me in the blade. Hello! It's not, I mean, it's like a stone-washed satin gloss kind of finish. I mean, the steel, I've never really, it's a little bit different than a lot of other steels I've seen, so I struggled to kind of describe the finish, but believe me, it is an amazing finish on this knife. Little fingerprinty, but awesome. So some specs. This thing weighs 4 1/4 ounces overall. 8 1/4 inches, tip to butt, 3 1/2 inch blade. Amazing. Just the size, the weight, it is just, it's amazing. Hold on and I'll grab something for comparison real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Here's a ZTO 562. Similar blade length. Try and get this on the turntable for you guys. So you can see the 562 is just a hair smaller. I'm trying to go pivot to pivot, but just sticks out a little bit more on that end. Tip, it's just a hair over. So I mean, they are extremely comparable in size, in blade width. 4.25 ounces though. So let me grab this back. So again, only 25 of these made on a design made by Liong. Now, there are a few Vantages in full titanium. I think there's 5. So that might put the total number of Vantages out in the world up to 30. But there is not many at all. If you do a little research on the knife, a little Googling on the knife, you'll find a couple at dealers. The price, just, breathe when you look. But it is really much reflecting of the fact that there's only 25. There's not going to be more of these bad boys. And it is just an extreme piece of craftsmanship. Ferrum Forge, the guys over there have been putting out some amazing stuff, some collaborations with Gavco. They've got, this year they launched the Mordax, which is an amazing knife. They've got a lot of stuff coming out of their shop over the past few years, and this is just a culmination of some very extreme design and engineering. Whoa, hello, that could have been scary. As well as excellent execution by the makers. Again, that Z-Finite steel is something that we're starting to see a little bit more and more of as people are looking for different types of powdered steels, different types of properties within their steels. And again, the real kicker on this one being that extreme corrosion resistance, that nitrogen-infused steel. But there are actually a few of them out there, so if you're looking around for some interesting stuff, you can find a lot of different steels these days. Smoothness, it's running on bearings, it's got the whole back rolling detent, so it's definitely there. I mean, it is a very smooth knife. Whoop. I'm right-handed, and I'm doing this lefty for you on the video, so I apologize if I'm limp fingering it a little bit. But it is an amazing knife, and that edge is just the way I got it. It's almost like a polished edge. It's just fantastic. So not much more to say about this knife. Ferrum Forge Vantage, Liong Ma design, Ferrum Forge made. Just an amazing knife overall. If you know somebody who's got one, or if you can get your hands on one to play around with it, it is fantastic. If you see one out at a show, definitely take a peek. And if it's something you guys have been interested in, keep your eyes open. There's a couple at dealers if you're willing to pay a premium, and I've seen 1 or 2 pop up on forums here and there as people kind of get into the post-blade show flipping. So that is this knife. I've got a few more reviews that are going to be coming up. Overviews, rather. I'm not going to be carrying this knife. This is something I got more so for the collection than anything else. I do have some reviews of knives that I've actually been carrying, which is why it's been taking me a little bit longer to get to them. I want to give you some actual good information from the use that I put them through. So, more stuff coming up. Like, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.